Glock 19 Gen 4. I'm gonna paint it. I wanted to see what happens if you do it without really wiping it down. We're stripping it, getting everything off it. I gave it a light wipe with a brush because I had so much carbon buildup on it. I got a little drop in, and it's flat dark earth, and it looks a little funny with this salmon pink sticking out of it. So I've already masked it off. I'm gonna keep the mag in. I cleared it, made sure everything was good to go. So I'm just gonna start spraying it. I got a weird collection of paints laying around. So just kind of curious to see what happens. Because of the drop-in, it'll get a lot more battle-worn quicker because I have it in and out of that thing. And so kind of curious also what happens if you don't strip the grease. It's a nice thing about painting. It's also a nice thing it's a Glock because I'm an XD person. So, but either way, we'll just want to paint this thing, get it over with. Well, I still got some daylight. I got bored. So, let's see what happens. Hopefully the chickens will stay out of my way. This is not the way to do it if you actually are really worried about the way it looks. Now I could wait. Who likes to wait? Not this guy. Alright. Now I'll wait. So I was originally going to use some like mesh, and I had some stuff picked out. Don't know what I did with it, so I'm going to try something different. I don't know if anyone's ever done this. I didn't bother looking, but got this just giant roll of really fuzzy yarn. I'm going to just wrap it up a little bit, see what happens. Still a little wet on this side, but don't matter. Now this is going to definitely give it some hard lines, but for the most part, don't really care because I'm just bored. Could do a little gray. Can have some fingerprints on this thing. Perfect. Kind of feel like I want to do some weird ass color. I haven't decided what though. Kind of want to do a red. But we'll let this dry. Try to dry. And then see what comes out. Throw another color on there. So normally I would take the yarn off, rewrap it so I'd start breaking up lines. But because I only want a little bit of this on here, I'm going to wrap it even more. And leave the other stuff on. I mean, it's not fully dry either. Yeah, shit happens. This yarn naturally wants to like go to the same place, so it's kind of a pain. But all good. Cool. It's bright. And because we're doing this the haggard way and all that fun stuff, and I'm impatient, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it a bunch more. I'm going to hit it with black, and I definitely want to make sure, just for my personal preference, I'm going to get a lot more black on the tip just so it doesn't turn out looking like a toy gun where they do the orange or red on the tip. Don't want somebody to think it's a toy. Kind of curious how this is going to turn out. If I don't like it, I'll take it to my dad's, hit it with a sandblaster. But most likely, I'm not going to care. So. I repeat, this is not the right way to do this. Looks like a candy cane right now. So the last one is just going to be this satin Cannon Black. Alright, so I already know that by the time this thing dries, it's going to be a pain in the ass to peel that shit off. Alright, so pulled everything off, pulled the tape off. It's still a little tacky, like kind of expected. Because I didn't wait, definitely didn't stick in some places on one side. I also noticed that my masking wasn't so good, which is fine because it's supposed to be haggard. But yeah, smidge tacky. I'm going to clear coat it, and when I do that, before I do that, I'm actually doing some hand painting. Just kind of have fun with it. But also the yarn, since it was really fuzzy, left a lot of fuzz all over it. But function's good. Seems fine. So I'm gonna try to take it to the range and go put some rounds through it and see how this wears with my drop in. So we'll see. All right. So I put a clear coat on it after doing some hand painting. I definitely isn't going to last very long, but it was kind of fun to play with. I do not recommend doing this if you actually care about your pistol. I mean, everything can be stripped off and cleaned, and I don't know, I'll let it get scratched up real good and stuff like that. Today, I'm going to go to the range, do some draws, see how that works out, and then I'm going to use it in my drop-in, put a couple hundred rounds to it probably. We'll see. Got a bunch of other stuff to shoot, but there's definitely some spots still. I actually brushed on some acrylics on the lower end, a little bit on the higher end. Still some pink showing. I used a paintbrush and some acrylics just to paint a little bit more black, cover up a little bit more of that pink, miss spots. Kind of curious how the acrylic's going to stay on there. And then I put a clear coat over it, actually let it dry correctly. It's not tacky anymore, anything like that, so function seems fine. But we won't know till we put some rounds through it, so who knows. Alright, so now I'm going to put some rounds through this thing. See how much it wears off, it burns off, or what. It's already starting to get a little wear just from the holster. So I'm going to shoot it first, and then I'm going to put it in the drop-in, see how that affects it. So, let's play some. Thing's very cunty.
Very what?
Cunty.
Oh, okay, that's, I thought maybe you said punchy, but I heard cunty.
No, cunty.
Okay.
Shoots a little bit to the right. All right, let's see what this thing looks like now. So it definitely wears on the front, trigger well, peeled that shit right off. Oh, it's gonna continue to be just as ugly. But like I said, not the way to do it if you want it to look good, or if you care about the pistol that much. And I don't care about this pistol that much, so. Rack it back. Do it with your left hand or your right hand, but I recommend, yeah, there you go. Pull it all the way back, let it go.
That's it? There's no safety or anything?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Safety. What is this, the Air Force? Woo.